Pi network could hit $60 by 2035. That's a potential 13,000% gain from today's price of 45 cents. You know what? While everyone's losing hope and search interest is plummeting, I've discovered 4 critical factors that could trigger the most explosive price surge in Pi's history. Stop scrolling right now, because I'm about to reveal why this dead cryptocurrency might be setting up for the biggest comeback story in crypto. And honestly, the data I'm seeing suggests we're at the absolute bottom before a massive breakout. Right now, join my exclusive Telegram and Facebook pages, linked in the description below, where I share daily Pi updates and controversial analysis you won't find anywhere else. You know what? I just posted leaked information about upcoming exchange listings that could send Pi soaring, and I need you connected to these platforms immediately so you don't miss the next major catalyst that could change everything for Pi holders. Right now, Pi coin is sitting at around $0.454 with a market cap that has blown past $3.5 billion and daily trading volumes consistently exceeding $100 million. You know what really gets me excited about these numbers? They're not just statistics, they represent real money, real interest, and real momentum that most people are completely ignoring. Sure, we've seen some short-term volatility with a 2.31% daily gain followed by a 10.10% weekly decline, but honestly, I think focusing on these short-term movements is missing the entire point. In my opinion, what we're witnessing right now is the calm before an absolute storm. And the real question isn't about next week's price action. It's about where Pi will be when your kids are asking you how you became so wealthy. Let me tell you something that keeps me up at night thinking about Pi Network's potential. This project started as a simple mobile mining experiment, but you know what I've observed? It has systematically evolved into something far more sophisticated than anyone initially imagined. The transformation into a structured ecosystem with genuine user engagement and expanding trading availability isn't happening by accident. It's the result of careful planning and execution. My honest assessment, as Pi moves toward complete utility integration and secures those major exchange listings we've all been waiting for, we're not just watching a cryptocurrency develop, we're witnessing the birth of what could become the next generation's primary digital currency. Here's where my analysis gets really interesting, and you know what? I've identified 4 absolutely critical factors that will determine whether Pi explodes or fizzles out. First, let's talk about adoption and utility. This is where I get genuinely excited. If Pi Network successfully penetrates real-world business integration and builds a thriving ecosystem for payments, applications, and smart contracts, I personally believe we could see demand that makes current levels look like pocket change. My gut tells me that the team's focus on practical utility, rather than just speculative trading, is exactly what will separate Pi from the thousands of failed crypto projects littering the market. The second factor is exchange listings. And you know what? This is where I think most people are underestimating the explosive potential. When Pi finally lands on major centralized exchanges, not just these over-the-counter or IOU arrangements we were seeing then, I honestly believe we'll witness liquidity inflows that could send prices into orbit overnight. My prediction? The first major exchange listing will trigger a buying frenzy that catches everyone off guard, and those who positioned themselves beforehand will be the biggest winners. Now let's discuss tokenomics, and you know what? This is where Pi has a secret weapon that most people don't fully appreciate. The careful management of supply and the transparent approach to distribution gives Pi a massive advantage over projects that rush to market without proper planning. In my professional opinion, this methodical approach to tokenomics will be the foundation for sustainable long-term growth rather than the pump and dump cycles we see with so many other projects. The fourth factor is Pi's community base, and honestly, this is what makes me most bullish about Pi's future. You know what's absolutely remarkable? Over 40 million users have already committed to this ecosystem before full launch. That's unprecedented in crypto history. My personal belief is that this massive, engaged community provides a level of support and stability that money can't buy, and it's the reason why I think Pi will weather any storm that comes its way. Now, let me share my detailed 10-year price forecast that I've been refining for months. By 2025, I expect prices to potentially stabilize in the 45 cents to 70 cents range, but here's my controversial take. I think major catalysts could shatter these conservative estimates without warning. You know what excites me most about 2026? With successful major exchange listings and robust app development, I genuinely believe Pi could surge to $1.50 or higher, especially as mainstream platforms begin serious integration discussions. Looking at 2027, my analysis suggests broader adoption could realistically push Pi into the $2 to $5 range, particularly if the network begins powering significant decentralized finance or commerce applications. You know what makes 2028 particularly intriguing in my opinion? The potential for ecosystem expansion with serious developer partnerships and corporate integrations could easily drive prices to $7 or beyond, and honestly, I think even that might be conservative. Looking ahead to 2030, if Pi gains recognition as a legitimate digital asset with real-world utility, I estimate its value could range from $10 to $15 under favorable conditions, though honestly, that might still be on the low side. My boldest prediction? By 2035, if Pi achieves global adoption and becomes a core Web3 platform, it could realistically reach $20 to $60. For those who stay the course through development, this could mean serious long-term wealth. But let me address the question that keeps everyone awake at night. Could Picoin actually become the next revolutionary cryptocurrency? Based on my analysis, if Pi successfully launches a truly scalable blockchain network with genuine real-world utility while maintaining regulatory compliance globally, I honestly believe its growth potential could rival or even exceed success stories like Ethereum or Solana. You know what the critical difference is? Pi already has the community foundation and user engagement that most projects spend years desperately trying to build, and that head start could be absolutely game-changing. The path forward definitely includes challenges, regulatory hurdles, technical developments, and community-driven growth requirements are all real obstacles. However, you know what gives me confidence in Pi's future? The project has consistently delivered on major milestones while building sustainable infrastructure for long-term success, and that track record of execution is exactly what separates serious projects from the countless failures we've seen in crypto. So, there you have it. My complete, unfiltered analysis of Pi Network's 10-year potential that could literally transform your financial future. You know what I want you to do right now? If this deep dive into Pi's true potential opened your eyes to possibilities you hadn't considered, smash that like button to let me know you're ready to think bigger about Pi's future. Drop a comment below sharing your honest price predictions for Pi by 2030. I read every single one, and often respond with additional insights. And please, don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on, because I'm constantly uncovering new developments and sharing controversial takes that could significantly impact your Pi holdings. Remember, while these projections represent my genuine analysis and opinions, they're speculative and definitely not financial advice. But staying informed and connected to the right information sources is absolutely your best strategy for navigating Pi's journey to mainstream adoption. Keep building that knowledge, fellow pioneers, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore the upcoming developments that could accelerate these timelines even faster than I've predicted.